Hello everybody, this is That Zoo, and this is part 6 of Sonic 3D Blast on the Genesis. Well, this is Generous too, but yeah, we're almost done though. But yeah, I'm uploading this on a Saturday, it's different than my usual Monday Sonic. But yeah, I figure since I have 2 zones left and I don't have a Game Gear parallel, I might as well just finish it up. Put Gene Gadget up today and Final Zone and the final boss up tomorrow. So yeah, going on to Zone 6. Gene Gadget Zone, Act 1. If the camera will focus. Oh yeah, this is we're getting into the more mechanized area of the game. You know, we're getting closer to Robotnik's base. I like that slow transition though. If you notice though, the previous zones are more organic. You know, I don't know about Spring Stadium, but Green Grove, Rusty Ruins, Diamond Dust, and Lava. Volcano Valley. I want to keep wanting to call it Lava Reef. But yeah, Volcano Valley. These are all pretty organic zones with some minor technical machinery elements. But as you can see, Gene Gadget in the next zone, stuff's going to be a lot more machine-based. You know, I kind of like that transition. It's a nice subtle transition. I like that effect. You can tell you're getting close to Robotnik's final base and stuff. Smooth transition. I like smooth transitions like that. Now this is a point of no return. We can still go back to Area 1, but that won't be till way later in the act. If we just roll, you could just roll into that shield. But since I already have one, I'm not going to get it. Let's get this mouse here. This mouse is called Techno Squeak, I believe. And, well, good thing there was that shield there. But yeah, you can see one of the gimmicks here is that turret. It'll just keep spamming shots while you're running around it. It can be kind of hard, especially when there's an enemy around it, so you gotta be extra careful so you don't get hit by it. Now, I hate that they put these fish things over these things. Remember, these things will shock you if you stand on them for too long. It's like the spiky things in Spring Stadium. If you stand on them for too long, they'll shock you. But unlike the ones in Spring Stadium, as long as you run fast enough, you can avoid getting shocked by them. Although the always be jumping technique works too. But you can also now ABM, always be moving, or ABR, always be running, however you want to look at it. It could be a minor annoyance, but still not too troubling. Here. There, you get these rings. Yeah, I like the fans. The only sucky part about the fans is that they make you vulnerable because you're not in a ball. So if you run into an enemy while you're in the air or coming down, you're gonna get hit, which sucks. I like these octopus turrets here. They spin around and track you like the eyes, like the Mr. Eyes in Super Mario 64. If you run fast enough, you can just make them spin for eternity. It's fun. You can't make them dizzy and turn into a blue coin like you can in Super Mario 64, but it's fun to do if you're bored. Now this is a jerk move right here. They put a fish over these fans. You know that you become vulnerable when you hit on the fans. You know, when blue hits the fan, you become vulnerable. Stuff hits the fan there because if you hit the fans and you just miss the fish and hit the fans, it'll get blown up into the fish and take damage. It's a bit of a jerk move, but still easily done. That's Area 2. Now, I like this transition. You go into Area 3 right away with no split. I think this is the first act that does that. It's just a really smooth transition to Area 3, because we're in Area 3 right now. I guess Spring Stadium kinda did that, but not quite. Still, this is the smoothest transition we've had. Again, Area 1, it's staggered like Volcano Valley. Area 1's bigger than, Act 1 is bigger than Act 2. Act 1 has 3 areas, and Act 2 has only 2 areas, so yeah. It's another one of those strange cases of Benjamin Button again. So yeah, lots of rings here. Again, just always be moving, or always be jumping, one of the two. And down here, this is entirely optional. And down here we have a buttload of rings and an extra life. Well, extra life that I don't need. No, well, it's good to have though anyway. So just clean up these rings if you feel like. Of course, I want the points, so yeah, I'm gonna get them. Yeah. A lot of rings, 265, alright. But there's still, that's not all, folks. Now we got 269, oh yeah. It's better than 169, heh. Rather have 269s than 169, heh. Another octopus turret. So we got all the enemies now, and we're free to go to the exit. So as you can see, if you look at the timer, man, I'm under 5 minutes for the first act. But if for some reason you want to clean up some rings, if you miss some rings, you can go back to Area 1 if you feel like. Let's go in that junction and hold left. But as you can see, you can't go back. So if you missed anything, you can go get it. But you have to run through the whole act again. So yeah. So I don't know why I did that. I guess I should show you that you could. So let's speed run it. As you can see, there is no Knuckles or Tails. As I said, the special stages end in Volcano Valley. So Volcano Valley Act 2 is your last chance to get all 7 emeralds. There are no special stages in Gene Gadget or Panic Puppet. So yeah, though, that was just my stupid. My bad. Oh well, I should be fine. Everything's gonna be K. There's only gonna be one more turret. I just have to avoid that one more turret. So everything's gonna be K. So speedrunning it. I'm never doing a very good job of speedrunning it, am I? Like I said, speedrunning is usually out of my element. I'm the slow, calculating type that wants to get everything. Speedrunning is out of my element. But I will try it. As you can see, if you've been following my channel, I've been doing the Versus challenges on the Versus channel. I think I'm doing moderately okay, at least. But as you can see, speedrunning is not my strongest point. My strongest point is taking my time, like this. Fly away! Done, got through Act 1, 6:07. 6 minutes, alright. I got a 100-point time bonus. How about that? Yep, we're gonna get 1,000,000 points easy. So, Act 2. Again, Act 2 is a bit shorter. They did that, like I said, with Volcano Valley. Act 2 is a bit shorter. Like, it's only 2 sections. But I think they are trickier. Act 2 is usually trickier. Of course, you could argue that Act 1 is trickier. But no, Act 2 is trickier in this, because of one section in Area 1. They sort of screw you over in Area 1 right away. Because, guess what? You know how we had to do some isometric platforming in Spring Stadium? Well, we're going to have to do more of that here. Even though the isometric platforming segment in Spring Stadium wasn't that bad. There's a whole section, there's a whole bit of Area 1 just devoted to that, to isometric platforming. And that Flicky's... No, I grabbed the Flicky. Oh yeah. I broke it. Oh yeah, I remember where they are now. So yeah, here we are. This isometric platforming segment here. And the thing is though, if you mess up, you have to keep doing it because you have to go across these to get 2 of the enemies. Well, 3 of the enemies. And if you fall off, you'll get dumped out into a different area. Different part of this section. Area section, I use them interchangeably. So yeah, you gotta be careful on this inclined plane. Here, this more, isometric platforming. Ugh, hate that. Oh well, it's doable at least. At least on the actual isometric platforming part, they don't throw too much at you. They just have to platform. So it's not too bad, at least. No. Less stuff like that happens, where you just sort of get dumped down right there. So if you miss... So if you missed, this is where you end up with this enemy. So, and also a few rings there. You saw I got some rings on the slide there. Princess Peach's secret slide, but this is where you end up here. You end up back in this first section here. I missed the ring there, so I'm gonna go down it again to get it. But yeah, it kinda sucks because every time you miss, you're gonna get dumped out and have to do this again. Until you get the clean up the enemies. What do you mean? I had that. Screw you, game. Sometimes, this is why I hate isometric platforming, or 3/4 view, whatever you want to call this. You don't have a good bearing on where you are in relationship to objects. I clearly clipped through that platform he saw. I just clipped through that like nothing. Okay, there. I'm actually on something this time. Come on. See, I went right through that. That's bullcrap. That's bullcrap. That's why I hate this section. I hate Gene Gadget Act 2 because of this section. This section just sucks. See, and I fell again. Oh, well, at least I got the rings. But I still missed those 2 up there, so I'm gonna get them because I want the rings. But I just hate that so much. Ugh. Come on. Give me those rings, dang it. Oh, I can't jump down from there, apparently. So I'm gonna have to do this. Come on. Land on the platform this time. Thank you. Thank you. Finally. So go over here. And there's another enemy. See, you need to master this isometric platform because there's enemies here. There's a shield if you need it. But I don't need it. The good thing is that you can just sort of jump over everything once you get everything. I know I saw that ring there. I'm gonna get it. I want that ring. I must have that ring. Must have the precious. The precious. No, I fell. Dang it! I hate this section so much. Ugh. But I must have that ring. I must get them all. I twitch. I twitch. I twitch. Ugh. I must have all the preciousnesses. And I just drop down here and I should have it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And, of course, you have no control once you go down the slide, so it sucks. You just automatically get filtered down here whenever you fall off. But dang it, man, I hate this section. Ugh. But I want that ring. Give me that ring. Screw you, game. Screw you. Ugh. Come on, man. Give it to me. Give it to me, man. I must have that ring. I gotta propose to my girlfriend tonight. Ugh. Not really, but, you know, just trying to think of something to say. Yes, I got it. So, let's dump out over here. And that turret sucks. Be careful the flicky doesn't fall down there. I'm not gonna bother going back for that shield. Yeah, because there's gonna be more coming up anyway. So why bother? I just want to get out of there. Yeah, I just don't want to do all that isometric platforming again just to get a dang shield. Let's go on to area 2, the final area. I think, is this a point? No, it's not a point of no return. See, it dumps you out right at a shield. If you want it. Heh. So I'm gonna go up this way first. Here. Go up this way. There are more turrets. I wish there were the singing turrets like they were in Portal 2. Portal 2, that was a good game. Come on. Yeah. So up here, more isometric platforming, although this isn't quite as bad. Come on, let me up there, fans. You're not my biggest fan. I'm not your biggest fan. Don't get away from me. So you can see there's the goal up there at the giant X. X marks the spot. Yar. I'm digging for treasure, man. Apparently I'm a hippie pirate. No! Screw you. They did this again. They put a fish guy over the fans. Hate that. But we don't have all the flickies yet, so guess what? We gotta go the other way. So let's go this way. Word of note, do not take these fans over the spikes. Just jump them. Because more than likely, if you try to take the fans, you'll just end up getting dumped on the spikes. Word of note, just jump him. You just gotta jump, man. You gotta know when to jump. So more rings, another turret next to an enemy. I hate that. They just want you to die or get hurt at least. Robotnik's not being nice anymore. He didn't have his hands in the natural zones, but now he's building turrets everywhere. It sucks. And he's catching on. He can't just let nature do the work. He has to have some mechanic-sized stuff to kill me. There's a shield up there if you need it. There are rings next to a turret. Precarious, but not impossible. Ha. And another mini isometric 3D platforming section. This isn't quite as bad though. So you can just get those rings here and go up here. So screw you, Octopussy. Can I say pussy on the internet? Probably. Octopussy. Yeah. So we clean up all the rings. And conveniently enough, this tube shooter down here brings us to the goal. That's convenient. It's almost as if I planned that out. Fly away! Yeah. 805. I took a bit longer on that one, but yep, we broke 1,000,000. Afraid we weren't going to, but we did it. Yeah. 1,000,000. Now only 9 more million points to my freedom. Yeah, this is Robotnik boss, and the last time we'll hear this sweet music. So it takes place on a conveyor belt, and these spike thingies just sort of lazily, spike blocks just lazily go toward you. You have to avoid the spike blocks and wait until Robotnik comes down to hit him. Robotnik will also shoot missiles at you while he's along the ground like that. And as you saw, there were spikes at the end of the conveyor belt. So as you can see, if you do this, you just sort of... Whoa. If you just sort of hang on to the side of the... Super hang on to the side of the conveyor belt, you just sort of stand there. Rather than being pushed back like that. So you just sort of stick there. You gotta be careful though, because spike blocks can sometimes try to screw you over. And now come on, that was cheap. That was a hit. I glitched through him. And now the game's starting to be cheap. It's knowing I'm doing too good. But yeah, speaking of Gene Gadget, I guess I'll get this out. There's a gene in your system called the Sonic Hedgehog homolog. It has something to do with nerve communications in your backbone. And it's kind of essential for you to live. So that's kind of... It was named after Sonic, too. So that's convenient. And the proteins that inhibit the Sonic Hedgehog homolog are called Robotnikin. Again, named after Robotnik. So that, yeah, that's kind of neat. I don't know when they... It was after Sonic was made at sometimes. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, time. It's as if... 1, 2, 3, 1 minute 23 seconds. So yeah, a bit of science trivia for you. You know, we're busting it with science. For science. So yeah, that's the end of Gene Gadget. Next time will be the final zone and the final boss. I will see you guys then.